Yep, what's good, guys? ATG back at it again with another workout commentary, man. So, this was Monday, which is the day this should be uploaded. The day it should have been uploaded. I decided, for whatever reason, that I was gonna do deadlifts today. That was not the plan, that was not the schedule. On schedule, today was supposed to be pull day. But all of a sudden, I decided to make it a deadlift day. Now, I haven't deadlifted. I've probably deadlifted once in the last 3 to 4 months, right? So my deadlift is rough. But I decided to just give it a shot. I don't know why, I was just feeling in the mood. Funny thing though, today was not the day to do deadlifts and not the day to push myself a little bit at that, because I've been fasting, or I was fasting, from Saturday from about 7 p.m. on Saturday to until you see this workout right now. The coffee that you see me sipping on is what I broke my fast on. So it was from 7 p.m. Saturday to about 5:30 in the morning Monday. Not the best conditions to be deadlifting on, but we did it anyways. I was curious, genuinely curious to see like what I could pull after having not deadlifted in so long, right? So we started the workout off with, well, first of all, we got outside and all of a sudden there was just an inch or more of snow on the floor, right? Nobody was expecting that. I woke up, I got outside, I'm like, fuck. Luckily, the weather was gonna warm up, so didn't really have to worry about cleaning anything. I knew it would all melt, so I didn't really stress too much. We got to the gym, we did a few little warm-up dynamic movements. We did something new that I haven't really tried before, and it's usually done off of the elevated platform. But you basically, it's almost like you're just stretching your lower back with the bar. You're almost like doing a deadlift or a Romanian deadlift, but you're not really bending your knees. You're kind of just completely letting your back bend in the most awkward position. But it's supposed to be a healthy stretch for your back, so it's just something I was giving a try, and I actually do like the way it felt. I started the workout off with 45 pounds, 135, and basically what I ended up doing was just to make sure that I ease into it by increments of 10. So I went 135, 155, 175, 205, slowly upping it. I think this was the best case scenario, because it just helped me get a better feel for where I'm at, helped me kind of ease into the workout, kind of get into it in a sense. Now, my form is, in my opinion, terrible, right? Some of you might be looking at it and thinking it's not that bad. It's definitely going to be something I'm going to work on more in the future, because I don't like how much I've digressed, or regressed rather, from the numbers I was pulling and from the form that I had. The cues I'll give you guys and the pieces of advice I can give you when it comes to the deadlift that I have learned over my time of lifting is, first of all, you want to make sure that you're reaching down and stretching your arm, making your arm as long as possible. You want to elongate your arm as much as you can. Just think about like a chimpanzee or something in your head. Like, that's the kind of form you want to have, right? You want to decrease the distance between the bar and yourself. The way you do that, elongate your arm as much as possible. Now, what I've noticed with me is that I'm putting too much of an emphasis on trying to sit back and squat into the lift, and I think it's actually causing me to have almost like a twitch or bulge in my back rather than helping me create more leg drive. So the other cue I'm going to give you is you want to definitely sit back into your squats to activate your legs and your glutes, but at the same time, don't try to overemphasize it. Go to wherever you feel comfortable flexibility wise. If you're not flexible enough to get lower than, for example, right here where you see I'm at right there, if you cannot get that low or lower, work on your flexibility first. Don't try to force it in the exercise, because I noticed that you'll end up causing strain on your body trying to do it that way. The other thing I'll tell you is, obviously, you want to be imagining that you're literally pushing the earth away from yourself through your feet. So you're pushing the ground, and that's where you're getting your initial force from. That's the initial movement. It's all from your legs, your leg drive, right? The third cue I'll give you is, once you're in position, let's see if I can time it, sync it right here. So you get down in position. I'm not doing it right here. You want to almost retract your shoulders back and activate and tighten your lats. That's also going to create a more, I guess the word to use is a more stable body, a more stable frame, so that you don't have any energy leaks when you are actually pulling the weight up. So to put it in succession, you want to position yourself correctly, whichever way is more comfortable. You have to play around with your stance to find out where you're comfortable, where you're most flexible, and where you have the most strength. Of course, this should go without saying, but you want to take a deep breath in the diaphragm, brace, get down into position, elongate your arm, retract your shoulder blades so that you tighten and engage your lats, leg drive, and then you pull and finish the movement. One thing I've noticed with a lot of people when they're finishing the deadlift, they tend to over exaggerate the shooting of the hips forward, and they almost like hyperextend their back. You don't want to do that. You want to get like a strong thrust, but you want to stop at a natural point when your body is essentially straight. You don't want to overemphasize and arch your back on the finish. You're going to end up 100% hurting something eventually. It's just a matter of time. So we'll run over that again. Position yourself, brace, deep breath, elongate your arm, get into position, pull the bar to, I didn't even mention this, pull the bar to your ankles. You want that bar literally scraping against your ankles, which is why or your shin rather, which is why I recommend people always use joggers or high knee socks or whatever it is you need to use, just to make sure the pain of the bar rubbing against your shins isn't distracting you. You're not like literally peeling your skin off, right? A lot of powerlifters do it that way. It tends to, I guess, make them get in the mood more. The pain helps them be more raw, be stronger. I prefer not to bruise myself, so I just wear something long. So I'll run it back from the beginning. Brace, get into position, elongate your arms, reach down, pull the bar, snatch it to your ankles, to your shins. Make sure you get that retraction of your shoulder, which you don't see me doing in the video. Retract your shoulders back and down, and that will tighten and engage your lats. Leg drive, push, 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 and finish the movement with pulling using your back. Sounds complicated, but it's really not. If you actually practice the movement properly, instead of probably typically what most people do, they just get in there and they just start pulling weight. If you actually go through each cue, practice the cues themselves individually, and then work it into a sequence, and then actually start lifting, you're going to notice a drastic improvement in your deadlifting, not only your strength but your form as well, and the soreness you feel afterwards. Because if your form is correct, you're going to feel sore in the right places. Your lower back just isn't going to feel like it's blown out. With that being said, this is probably what I'm going to be doing for at least 3 weeks worth of pull days. I'm going to be incorporating deadlifts, and I'm going to be incorporating actually dialing in on the various cues, dialing them in sequence, and then dialing them in when I'm actually doing a pull, especially a heavy pull. So I worked up to 405 on this workout. My first attempt, which you guys will see in maybe, let's see, 2 minutes from now, I'm not entirely sure. my first attempt, I was not feeling it whatsoever. I started lifting it, my form was just not there, and I knew it in my head, so it made me hesitate. My form essentially broke like as soon as I started pulling the weight. It made me hesitate, and I just decided to stop. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna pull it. And then as soon as I had that thought, right after, I'm like, okay, no, I'm definitely gonna pull this. I'm not gonna I'm here already, the weight's on the bar, I know I can pull it. It's just I can't pull it with great form. But I told myself, you know what, let me just pull it so that I can leave the gym saying, you know what, I actually pulled 405. Because in the past, when I did deadlift more consistently, 405 was a cakewalk, to be completely honest with you, right? So I think this is my first attempt here. If you look, brace, shoulders went back there. My shoulders did go back, but I just believe I just rushed. I think I wasn't exactly mentally prepared for how heavy it would feel. But I decided right here, you know what, I'm just gonna hype myself up, pace back and forth a little bit, get in the mood. I was like grunting, breathing heavy, and then I just pulled it. Boom, right there, bang, you see it. Or run it back again. Got in there, got aggressive, squat into it, shoulders back, and we just pulled, and we said, screw it, the back might be doing a little bit too much work here, but we're just gonna pull it, you know what I'm saying? So got her done. After that, we just decided to do some pull-ups. I wanted to at least get something a little bit more bodybuilding-esque in before I left. So I did 2 sets of just your standard wide grip pull-ups. I did 2 sets of close grip. I did 2 sets of hammer grip, and then I did 2 sets of chin-ups, and I called it a workout after that. That was pretty much it. Honestly, it's later on in the day right now. It's about 6:48 p.m. and I didn't even mention this, but I was up since about 1 a.m. Last night or this morning. I did not sleep properly at all. So on top of the fasting, I really got no sleep. So I'm almost a lot happier with the fact that I was able to still pull 405 in the way that I did under the circumstances that I did it. So I'm a little bit optimistic for where my strength is at in deadlift after I kind of get back into it, start working back on my form, getting my numbers back up there. I'm very curious to see what kind of numbers I can pull safely. That is, I do not want to injure myself being too reckless with these. So